Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well. So welcome to another video about the Scrum team. So, without any delay, let's get started. So, what is Scrum team? According to Scrum Guide, let us see. So, Scrum team, it is a small group of professionals who are working together towards a common product goal. See, we have two things. We do have a group and we do have a team. They work in a very different way. In group, individual people can do their individual work and still they will be called part of the group. But this doesn't happen in case of Scrum team, or for that matter any kind of team, because team refers to that particular group, that member of that particular group, they are working towards a single goal. It can be sprint goal, it can be product goal, or for that matter any kind of goal. So now, as we are talking about Scrum team, so who are the members of the Scrum team? So Scrum team consists of one product owner, one Scrum Master, and developers. So there are no separate teams, it's just one team. Under this, these are the three. I would say these are the three units of that particular team. So let us now discuss about the characteristics of the Scrum team. First comes first, it is a small team. It is not something very big team where 20, 30, or maybe 50 people are working in. It is very small team, usually maybe 10 members or maybe lesser than 10 members. Why it is like this? Because it helps in better communication among people. If so many people will be there, suppose 50, 55 people are there, that won't make sense, like will not be able to communicate effectively to everyone, right? Because there will be so many permutations and combinations that it would be very difficult for us to communicate. And if it is a small team, it is also helpful in taking faster decisions, and for implementing the work in sprints we need faster decision makers. Okay, and then it helps in better collaboration as well, that you'll collaborate for different kind of work, right? So it helps in that as well. Now let us move to the next characteristic, that is, it is just one team. There are no sub teams. It's not like that this is the testing team and this is the development team, this is UI team. It's not like that. Everyone belongs to one team, that is Scrum team. Okay, now we move to the next characteristic, that is, this team is cross functional. What does that mean? It means that all the skills that are required in order to deliver a particular increment, or for that matter delivering the product in longer run, we have all the skills within team itself. For example, front end, back end development, QA, UX designer, DevOps, database engineer. So whatever is required for in order to build that increment, that should be present within the team itself. It helps in reducing dependencies over another team, and it further helps in removing the impediments and delays which happen because of the dependencies. That's why Scrum team is a cross-functional team, having all the skills within itself. Now we move to the next characteristic, that is, the Scrum team is self-managing. What does that mean? That it can manage itself by itself, like it doesn't require anyone else from outside to manage it. How? Like where does it apply? So it apply that team itself will decide how to work, like how they are going to work, who is going to work on what, and what kind of tools they are going to use, in order to achieve that sprint goal, or how other processes are required in order to achieve that sprint goal. So, like, how in conventional teams it used to happen that one manager will be there, that manager is going to allocate different tasks to different people. This used to happen, but now things has changed with agile functioning, where team has become self-managed. So those members, they are going to decide by themselves that who is going to do what. Okay, so micromanagement has been reduced to a large extent. Then we move to our next characteristic, which is about full ownership. What does that mean? That entire team owns the sprint goal. Okay, so they basically swim and sink together. So if it is success, it is the success of the team, the whole team. And if there is failure, it is the team who has failed. It is not like that this developer hasn't developed anything, or it is the mistake of this tester who hasn't completed his work as demanded. It's not like that. We don't talk in that language. So it refers to the shared accountability, where everyone is accountable for that sprint goal or for that increment to be delivered. We can see its example in sprint review, where one person from Scrum team will demonstrate the increment that they have created in a sprint, and they do not speak that I have developed this, I have tested this. No, only one person is going to demonstrate that increment, telling that this is what we as a team have developed. Okay, now let's move to the next characteristic, that is Scrum values. So the Scrum team is based on these Scrum values. These Scrum values, I would say, these are the heart of the Scrum team, because that is how like from these values, these values guide the Scrum team, that how they should work. So this involves commitment towards the goals, like sprint goal. Focus, like what kind of work they have to do, what are the sprint backlogs they have to work upon. Just cut the crap out, just don't look at the wastage, and just be focused on doing with what is required in order to complete the sprint backlogs or sprint goals. And openness, that everyone within the team is open to share any kind of ideas, thoughts, or anything they have to say. They should be very open about it. Then comes the respect. Sorry. So then comes the another value comes the respect, where everyone is respecting the other person. This is why it is needed, because if you are not respecting each other, there will be no trust and there will be no team spirit. That's why respecting each other's ideas, values, and opinions is important. And another value is courage. So team members should be courageous enough to accept their mistakes. They should be courageous enough to get over the impediments and challenges which are coming in their way. So there are different ways to showcase the courage within the team, because we are doing a particular task, and that task is going to be full of challenges, impediments. So we do have a lot to learn, and that requires courage. So these values cumulatively, they build trust, they build collaboration, they helps us work in a team. Let's move to the next. So we are in the end of the video. This is just the summary. So basically, Scrum team is a small team. It is only one team. There are no sub teams. It is cross functional, that all the skills which are required to build the increment are present within the team itself. And it is self managing, that it is sovereign. It can take its own decisions, it can solve its problems, and it can also decide what kind of tools processes it is going to use in order to achieve the sprint goal. And it is guided by Scrum Values, and it is accountable as a team and not as an individuals. So all the members, they cumulatively are accountable towards the sprint goal. Okay, so this is it in this video. So in the next video we are going to talk about the product owner, Scrum Master and developers and their characteristics, like what they do separately. Okay, so if you like this video, just like, subscribe and comment below if you have any kind of queries. Okay, that's it for the day. Thank you.